Hello, all you movie fans out there. It's your boy, McReese Movies, bringing a review. And today, we're talking Christopher Nolan's The Prestige. Yes, I finally watched The Prestige. I'm trying to get through all of Nolan's catalog. I'm in the middle of Memento right now. And I think tomorrow, if I don't finish Memento, if I finish Memento, I'm going to watch, I think, Inception and following his debut feature film, so I can rank all 13 of Nolan's biggest movies that he's ever made after watching The Odyssey. The Prestige stars Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman, as Hugh Jackman playing the Prestige. Oh no, Christian Bale is the Prestige and Hugh Jackman is the Great Duncan. Christian Bale's character ends up tying a knot to his wife's hands too tight during a magic trick. His wife ends up dying. So Hugh Jackman, the Prestige character, is on the verge of hunting him down to figure out what knot he tied before changing his mind of trying to outperform him as the greatest magician to ever live by working with Nikola Tesla himself to work on a machine to teleport himself for a magic trick. And it also has Scarlett Johansson's supporting cast and the Michael Caine, who ends up returning later in Nolan's career with the Dark Knight trilogy as Alfred, Batman's butler, and bringing back Christian Bale as well in Batman Begins and the Dark Knight trilogy. Now, I knew this movie was about magic. It had a plot twist, and it was, people have claimed it as one of the best Nolan films, like top 10 Nolan. So what I saw a lot of people ranking, I watched a lot of Nolan ranked videos of 13 through 1, and The Prestige was top 10 for people, top 8 for people. Currently, I think it's number 3 or 2 for me in my Nolan ranking. But the plot twist, my jaw hit the floor. Both of them, actually, there's 2 of them. Crazy enough as there's 2 of them. Because both of them get body doubles that look exactly like them. And my theory about this movie is that the man that Baron killed at the end of Prestige was the Prestige's body double who looked like him, and in the tank of water, when the camera zooms out and over, is Hugh Jackman's character himself, who survived because he used his body double to get killed by Baron, because Baron used a body double to pull off the transporting man trick, because he was trying to copy it by not using a body double. So my speculation is he used a body double to survive Baron shooting him. So the guy who died at the end of Prestige is not the actual Prestige character that Hugh Jackman played, or the Great Dayton that Hugh Jackman played in the entire movie. Scarlett Johansson is great as the assistant to Hugh Jackman and Baron's character Christian Bale's character. I think Michael Caine, with a very small role in this movie, did a gripping performance. The pacing was pretty okay. It didn't feel like it was too slow. It didn't feel like it was too fast. But the fact that it was like POV and it was a flashback too. Most of the movie is a flashback. The flashback is Hugh Jackman's character reading Christian Bale's character's novel about what happened when he went to prison for the death of the Prestige, or the Great Dayton, because he died during a magic trick, the transporting man, by using Nikola Tesla's device to try to shock him to teleport him. But the soundtrack's pretty cool too. It's very subtle with the music, but the music works very well. And the narration of Hugh Jackman reading the novel and having Christian Bale's voice, like having to do a voiceover, as well as Hugh Jackman doing also a voiceover, is pretty cool technique from Nolan. Now, this is early Nolan, so obviously this is not one of like the big movies he did, because that was mid 2000s, late 2010s with the Dark Knight trilogy and Tenet in 2019 and Oppenheimer in 2023. But I still think this is a very good Nolan movie. Because in just The Prestige, you see the iconicness of what Nolan's known for. Voiceovers, close-up camera shots, and illusion of questioning what you watched on the screen. That was the big thing in Tenet when it came out in 2018, that many people didn't like it because they didn't understand the movie with the first watch, so they had to rewatch it again to fully grasp the idea of using time to go forward and backwards was used by Nolan in Tenet. Now, do I know if the stunts in this movie were real? I don't know. I didn't do much research on if everything was real in this movie, because this might not have been a time frame of Nolan that he didn't use CGI or special effects. But I would assume that they use special stunt coordinators and stunt people to perform the acts of falling into the water tanks, being tied up, so you don't risk the lives of the actors, Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, and so on, because obviously you can't do that in real life, because it's a movie, it's supposed to be fictional. But I really did like the plot twist. I wasn't expecting the plot twist. I was like, oh shit. And I was like thinking, like, that's not the Great Dayton, because he doesn't sound like Hugh Jackman. Because I think the Hugh Jackman they used, or the body double, was more of a drunk. And Hugh Jackman in the movie wasn't a drunk as the Great Dayton. So it made me question what it was. I'm like, that's not him. There's no way. There's no way. Because the whole mantra of Baron's character is that, are you looking closely? Questioning the illusion of, am I the same person, or are you seeing a twin, but we're changing how I look to make you believe the transporting man is me, transporting from door to door. And it drives the illusion of how addiction of outperforming another person leads to your ultimate demise. Whether or not it was his character dying at the end of Prestige, or who was in the water tank wasn't actually Hugh Jackman in the tank as his character, but it definitely tones into addiction. How far would you go to outperform your bitter rival to make the audience like you more? And are you risking your death to make people happy? Because magic is a tough field to work in. Because magic, you have to make it look real, or people question if it's real or not. Magicians don't always know what they're doing. But with proper poise, communication, and confidence, they can make you clap, scream, and shout when they pull off the big magic trick, because you don't think it's real. So I would give The Prestige by Christopher Nolan an 8 out of 10, which is like a 4.5, 5 stars from my letterbox. I think it was great. I think it was phenomenal. I'm so happy I got to watch it. I don't know why I waited so much to watch it, so long to watch it. But tomorrow, I think I'm going to watch the rest of Memento. I have like an hour and 20 minutes left. I think I'm going to rent Inception and possibly the following, if not watch the following after work Saturday. Just so I can try to get through multiple Nolan films, so I can get to like Dunkirk, I can rewatch Interstellar, because I do plan to rewatch all of them. I've seen the Dark Knight trilogy, I've seen Tenet, I've seen Oppenheimer. The only I won't rewatch is the Odyssey, because I saw it recently. It's been probably 5 years since I watched Tenet. And Oppenheimer came out 3 years ago, and I haven't watched it since it came out, so I do own some of his movies. I own the Batman trilogy. I own Oppenheimer. But comment down below. If you watched Prestige, what would you give it out of 10? And would you rewatch it again? And what is your theory of the end of Prestige? Do you think the great Dayton died and that was Hugh Jackman dying in the end of the Prestige? Or do you think it was his body double and Hugh Jackman was in the glass water tank? Make sure you guys love what you love, watch what you love, make sure you watch movie into theaters. Because you guys, movie theaters won't be a thing anymore. And I'll see you guys in the next review, ranking video, breakdown video, and much more. Bye everyone.